Jack Nicklaus, walking it home, up 18 in the United States Open. 17 times he has finished in the top 10 in this championship. And Lee Trevino, his longtime opponent and golf course friend. Remember their great playoff at Marion. Remember how many things about Nicklaus. 4 U.S. Opens, 5 PGAs, goes on and on. 19 major championships. But now back to the battle at hand. It's not their battle this time. This is Greg Norman with an almost impossible lie with his third shot on the par 4, 16th hole.
Unless you've had this, you have no idea how much downhill that is. And what? It's impossible to stop the ball short of the hole there. That is just great stuff.
Now, just before that, as you watch him surveying his putt, Jim Thorpe, his playing colleague of the day, hit this out of the sand. Watch. Hitting the cup in the wrong way. When you talk about this being a game of fractions of inches, there was another example. Now, Norman still needing this for the par, though.
Big putt with Fuzzy had trouble back down 16.
And Norman trailing by just 1.
This would be stealing a 4 here.
Fuzzy watching. And he's done it. Remains 4 under par. A stroke out of the lead. Greg Norman, and marked that one down as the hole that would have done it if he wins in the end.
Well, a lot of holes make that up, but we'll watch Jack at 18. Man, yep. What a 4.
Jack at 8 over, 6 over on today's round. And he'll need that one for the par. Been a long day. Yes. At age 44.
But you don't see that man shoot 76 very often in the Open.
Now back to Fuzzy. When Fuzzy said to Bob a short while ago, to Bob Rosberg, I went to the well once too often, could he possibly have been talking about his back?
Could be. I don't know.
Rossi, is there any evidence in his swing or his manner that his back may be bothering him?
No, none at all, Jim. I think what he meant is that he hit it into trouble once too often and didn't catch a good lie. I tell you, he didn't get a very good break here, but he does have a perfect lie. The only problem is he's got about 235 yards back to the flag. Now, he's in the short rough, and the ball's going to jump out of there a little, but he has to hook it just a shade. This is probably a 1-iron, possibly a 2.
Rossi, if he doesn't, he catches that right-hand short bunker that you see now. He's really got a tough shot after that.
That could be 6 out of that bunker today. I'll tell you, he's really nailed it. Right at it. What a shot. What a shot.
There it is. A marvelous shot by Fuzzy Zoeller under extreme pressure. Extreme pressure. The closing hole to the U.S. Open.
You wonder about players today?
Yeah.
Wonder about the scores they're shooting at Wingfoot? I mean, come on.
Let's move over to the 17th tee. It's all so close together here. Here's Norman, trailing by 1. Another long par 4, well over 400 yards. 444, in fact.
That ball is fading in right into the trees. That is the worst shot he's hit today, fellas. What a time to do it.
The pressure of the U.S. Open. Dave, how many years have we seen this happen? It doesn't have to do with bad backs. It doesn't have to do with anything really except the pressure, does it? I mean, these men have almost foolproof swings.
Well, as foolproof as you can get,
yeah.
But that's the game of golf there.
Trevino needing this for a par at 18. He's 5 over for the championship, but in a tie for 7th place at the moment. So that'll drop him to 6 over par, and at the moment, well, it'll drop him permanently 1 behind Marco Mira, who's already finished at 5 over for the championship. If he makes this, he'll be 6 over in a tie with Fred Couples and Tim Simpson. Still well within the re-invited category for next year. This year he was in a special invitee. There were a couple every year. This year it was Trevino and Aoki.
And they both deserved it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Lee Trevino down. Trevino started the day 2 over. Ends up 6 over, a round of 74. Let's have another look at that shot that Greg Norman did.
It takes so much nerve to play this. Now, the ball is down. Your weight is pitched forward on your toes. It's downhill, and he just played a shot you dream about. Absolutely dream about.
In a way, possibly, that took more than Tom Watson's pitch into the hole at Pebble Beach in 17. Well, Watson had a better lie.
I wouldn't want to make Middle America hot at me, but that was as good a shot. It just didn't go in the hole.
Now Nicklaus needing this for the par. It would give him a round of 76 today. Showed some signs on the front nine that he might get it going, but never really did. Break. And that's the way they've been going today. Bogey 5, round of 77. For Jack Nicklaus. He and Trevino played them together one more time. Well, we've seen him have some very bad 9-hole scores. Remember at Pebble Beach one time? 45 on the back 9.
And still trying to shoot 44. If you remember at that last hole, he was grinding on that putt.
That's right.
He never quits.
But you don't see it often. His consistency has been one of the marvels of the game of golf. Not his year this time. It is the year of the Shark and the Fuzz. The Pearly Whites against the Whistler. The whistling at the moment, well, is it whistling past the graveyard or whistling in the dark? Or will he still hold on to that one-stroke lead? Well, here's Norman with the problem this time.
Jim, he is bad shape here.
Okay, excuse me. We'll get right back to you. We're going to watch Fuzzy now. With his putt for a birdie after that marvelous trouble shot, but
Slow
leave
down,
himself
darling.
something. Yeah.
Slow down.
Now, look, well, we've got a pretty good look at the ball, and even from above, oh. Okay, John, any shot at all?
He's going to even have to manufacture a chip out here. He's right in the crotch of this tree. There's big roots on each side of it, and he's right in the middle of it. He's got to get a very abrupt backswing and a very abrupt follow-through, or if let's say he came into the ball with the club flying too flat, he'd hit that root behind the ball, might whiff it. Now, if he doesn't get the ball up quick enough, it could hit the root in front of him. It could ricochet any place.
Could it, if it hits him, too.
Yeah. This,
Now,
you know, it's...
All right.
If it hits him, of course, it's a 2-shot penalty.
Right.
He's going to chip it out in the fairway, it looks like, but this is a very difficult shot. He played a marvelous shot just to get it out. Honest to gosh.
We believe you, John.
With a lie like that, you might say, well, that isn't fair, people would say. But I remember some years ago over the British Open, somebody said, the course is unfair. Do you think it's unfair, Jack Nicklaus? He said, of course it isn't fair, but golf isn't supposed to be fair. In other words, the challenge is there, and it's like life. Sometimes it takes a tough bounce for you. You just got to figure out how to play out of it. That's where he was.
But think of that. I mean, you hit a bad drive. You don't necessarily have to get that bad a break that it goes where you can't do anything. You can't even take an unplayable because he's got to drop in the rough.
Now, Fuzzy Zeller needing this for a par. Of course, Norman doesn't know that. He thinks he's the only one in trouble.
Little right to left break, not much.
Irwin made another bogey, by the way. Okay.
A putt there. What a 4.
You bet. Hale Irwin made another bogey to go 3 over, or 8 over on today's round. Now, back to Norman. This will be his 3rd shot on the par 4.
It's not that, excuse me, Jim.
Yeah, go.
It's not that difficult a shot in the sense that he's in the middle of the fairway and the pin's in the middle of the green, but the ball is below his feet. And I think he's getting, you know, obviously a little tense because he is approaching the end of the tournament. The tendency here is, of course, is to play for the ball to go to the right slightly, but I wouldn't be surprised if he mishits the shot. He might possibly catch the heel and pull it, so he's got to really drive with the legs to keep that from happening.
John Schroeder right out there with him.
a really good-looking golf shot. That's the right distance. It's going to be close.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Knock that in, and you'll be tied for the lead, Mr. Norman.
That is one tough young man there.
Boy, I'll tell you, they're all wide awake in Australia watching this. Excuse me, would not be tied for the lead unless Fuzzy gets his problems. Naturally, he lies 3. He'll need that for a par.
But what a 4 that would be. After the 4 that they both made at 16.
That's right. Well, that told the story, didn't it? It said, okay, thank you very much.
Last chance of mine here, Red.
Brings the smile back to the face of Fuzzy Zeller. There it is. That's the way they stand. Right now, here's a message from the United States Golf Association.